the This Morning Family Christmas Day from 10.
Here now with all the stories making the headlines this Christmas Eve, it's the ITV Lunchtime News.
Good afternoon. History could be made today as a NASA spacecraft is attempting the closest ever approach to the sun. The Parker Solar Probe will experience brutal temperatures and extreme radiation as it plunges into the centre of our solar system. It will hurtle at 430,000 miles an hour, the equivalent of flying from London to New York in less than 30 seconds. But it will be a bit longer before we know if it survived the flyby and can shed any more light about the sun. Fred Dimbleby has more.
It is the fastest human-made object in history, moving at hundreds of thousands of miles an hour as it approaches the sun. At its closest, the Parker Solar Probe will pass just 3.8 million miles away from the surface, which may still seem far, but is the nearest we have ever been.
If you think about the Earth and the sun being on a meter stick, we're actually getting within 4 centimeters of the sun on that edge.
Liftoff of the mighty Delta IV Heavy rocket with NASA's Parker Solar Probe.
The NASA probe launched in 2018, aiming to shed light on the longest-held secrets of our star. And already it has flown by the sun more than 20 times, bringing back new insights. In 2022, it recorded these images of a mass eruption of energy and plasma from the corona, the outermost part of the sun's atmosphere. The aim of today's mission, solving a scientific mystery, working out why the sun's outer atmosphere is hundreds of times hotter than its surface.
And this corona that it's flying through is millions of degrees Celsius. It's superheated. Why? We don't know. And that is one of the answers that Parker Solar Probe will hopefully give us. It's a very extreme environment that we're sending this spacecraft into.
But it will be a nervous wait over Christmas for the scientists behind the project, hoping the probe sends back news of its success on Friday when it again makes contact with the Earth. Fred Dimbleby, ITV News.
Protests have taken place in parts of Syria after a Christmas tree was burned. A video on social media showed hooded men setting fire to the tree in a largely Christian town near the city of Hama. Christians protested, demanding their religion is protected. The new ruling Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham is reported as saying those responsible were foreigners and would be punished. Sir Keir Starmer has used his first Christmas message as Prime Minister to promise a better, brighter future for every person, following a turbulent first few months in charge. He also said he hopes for an end to the spiralling conflict in the Middle East. Director and actor Justin Baldoni has had a Women's Solidarity Award rescinded after allegations of inappropriate behaviour. He recently directed the film It Ends With Us with Blake Lively, who has accused him of sexual harassment and mounting a campaign to destroy her reputation. Baldoni's lawyers have denied the allegations. And the actor Alec Baldwin will not face any further legal action over the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust in 2021. Prosecutors in New Mexico have now dropped an appeal to retry him on charges of involuntary manslaughter. And finally, this lunchtime, some stars of the Princess of Wales's Carol concert, which we broadcast tonight, have been sharing their special moments of what has now become a royal tradition. Among the many celebrities who had the honour of performing at Westminster Abbey were Paloma Faith and Gregory Porter. Kate's service marks the end of what has been a difficult year as she and the King Charles both underwent cancer treatment. The event has been dedicated to people who have shown love, kindness and empathy to their communities. Here's our royal editor, Chris Shipp.
Do you know what I know?
If there is one way to get the Christmas vibes, it is carols at Westminster Abbey.
Do you know what I know?
But even after stepping away from public life due to her cancer treatment, the Princess of Wales still hosted and was still closely involved in the organisation.
let us bring him.
Kate met the performers on the night it was recorded and spoke to singer Paloma Faith about the challenging year she'd just had. The Together at Christmas carol service is now a fixture in the royal calendar. Even the performers said singing at this venue made them feel they were part of something special.
It's something else in terms of scale and beauty at this point. It's like,
you guys sing in stadiums and places all over the world. Surely this is just another venue, isn't it?
No, this place, no. Westminster Abbey has a heft and a history to it. The geniuses of the architects of that day, they knew what they were doing.
Now I'll tell you what, my friend, said Scrooge. I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer.
But something which connected many of those invited as guests or performers was cancer, including the actor Richard E. Grant.
What the Princess of Wales has gone through with her health issues in the last year, because so many people's lives are affected by cancer. I lost my wife of 38 years 3 years ago to the same disease. What I find so admirable is that there's an openness about the discussion of it.
In the dead midwinter night.
But beyond everything else, it's a service to thank others.
When they told me that the seats are filled with charity workers, I was like, let's give them something special.
I think lots of people have had a really difficult time, but hopefully this show will lift people's spirits.
Which is what many families need this Christmas, including this one. Chris Ship, ITV News, Westminster Abbey.
And you can watch Royal Carols Together at Christmas from 7:30 tonight, right here on ITV1, ITVX and STV. And that is all for now. We're back with the latest at 20 to 7. Until then, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon and do, of course, have a lovely Christmas Eve. Bye-bye.